It was a crucial day at Jiangqing No. 2 High School. Class 5, Grade 3 was buzzing with anticipation as the unified exam loomed large. 20 years of relentless hard work had led to this moment. The stakes were high, and every student was determined to give it their all. Class teacher Chun Fan stood before them, her voice firm yet encouraging. Those taking the liberal arts exam, make sure you're all set for tomorrow. Double-check your stationery tonight, so you're not caught off guard. Then, her gaze shifted to the students preparing for the martial arts exam. And those of you taking the martial arts exam, don't forget to prepare your combat gear and weapons. This is your chance to showcase your skills, so make sure you're equipped and ready to perform at your best. The teacher's piercing gaze settled on Su Jingming, and he continues. Let me emphasize one last time, the teacher warned, his voice firm and serious. There's a risk of death in the martial arts college exam. Those who awaken ability below D level are not recommended to choose the martial arts college entrance. Su Jingming's eyes widened slightly as he murmured to himself, Is he calling me out? A flutter of anxiety danced in his chest. As a transmigrator, with a deep breath, Su Jingming introduced himself silently to the world. Blue Star, a world of contrasts. On one hand, the technology level is familiar with all the advancements and conveniences that come with it. But on the other hand, the existence of terrifying, bloodthirsty, and ferocious beasts adds a layer of danger and unpredictability to everyday life. There were also awakened individuals with superpowers play a crucial role in resisting the ferocious beasts. These individuals, with their unique abilities, are the frontline defense against the beast threat. In the world of Blue Star, the age of 16 marks a significant milestone, as it's when individuals can awaken their unique abilities. The diversity of these abilities adds a fascinating layer to the world. With each person possessing their own distinct power, the strange and unpredictable nature of these abilities would lead to a wide range of possibilities, from practical and useful powers to more unusual and creative ones. This would likely lead to a complex and dynamic society, where individuals with different abilities would need to work together to survive and thrive in a world filled with ferocious beasts. The rating system in Blue Star, with its 9 levels from A to G, provides a clear hierarchy of abilities. The fact that most people can only learn skills from rank F to D suggests that the higher ranks are exceptionally challenging to attain. This limitation would likely create a sense of aspiration and competition among awakened individuals, with those striving to reach the higher ranks. The rarity of individuals who can surpass rank D would make them stand out, and their abilities would likely be highly sought after. Su Jingming's E-grade ability, Weak Electricity, is similar to a stun baton in terms of its power. This ability could be useful in close-range combat, allowing him to incapacitate opponents or beasts temporarily. Su Jingming's face burned with embarrassment and frustration as he listened to Huang Tian's words. The repetition of Teacher Chen's discouraging remarks felt like a punch to the gut. E-grade trash echoed in his mind, making him wonder if he was indeed good enough for the martial arts exam. Huang Tian's tone seemed almost amused, as if he was enjoying Su Jingming's predicament. The suggestion to take the liberal arts track and work as a small clerk felt like a fate worse than death. Lin Qingla is shouting at Huang Tian, and the quote is a bit off. It's none of your business. Huang Tian. Humph, I'll let you know who's the best in the unified exam. Huang Tian's words were laced with a mix of mockery and condescension, his tone dripping with disdain. Pretty boy, you'll just die on the exam ground, he sneered, his eyes gleaming with amusement. The phrase, pretty boy, stung, and the implication that Su Jingming was fragile and weak was a harsh blow. Su Jingming's looks at him leaving. Lin Qingla's, don't mind what he said. Everyone has their own value. Changing your major to liberal arts and living your life in the city wouldn't be so bad, would it? Lin Qingla's tone was calm and soothing, attempting to diffuse attention. Lin Qingla's words seemed to be a genuine attempt to help Su Jingming see reason, rather than a provocation. He was highlighting the potential benefits of pursuing a more stable and secure path, rather than risking everything on the martial arts exam. In the Great Xia Kingdom, the education system is divided into 2 distinct disciplines, liberal arts and martial arts. This division seems to be based on an individual's abilities and their potential for combat. those with lower ability levels, or those who lack confidence in combat, are steered towards liberal arts. This path allows them to pursue a more ordinary life, free from the dangers and challenges of martial arts. The stakes are high for those who choose the martial arts path. The unified exam requires them to enter a designated location and engage in a fight to the death against fierce beasts. This is a brutal and unforgiving test, where only the strongest and most skilled will survive. The ultimate goal of passing the unified exam is to gain entry into the Ability User University, a prestigious institution that offers advanced training and mentorship. After several years of rigorous training and guidance from experienced mentors, students can break through the unranked system and become true ranked ability users, unlocking powerful strengths and abilities. Su Jingming's thoughts took a darker turn as he recalled the tragic fate of his parents, who died in a beast tide. This personal loss likely fueled his determination to become stronger and take the martial arts unified exam. He felt that avoiding the exam wouldn't guarantee his safety, given the ever-present threat of beast invasions. With this painful memory in mind, Su Jingming's resolve to face the challenges of the martial arts exam seemed to grow stronger. He might see this path as a way to honor his parents' memory and protect himself and others from similar tragedies. The weight of his past experience was likely to drive his actions and decisions moving forward. Su Jingming returned to his apartment, his determination to take the martial arts exam burning brighter than ever. As he entered his humble abode, he picked up his trusty spear, its familiar weight of comfort in his hands. With a focused gaze, Su Jingming began to train, his movements swift and precise. As he practiced, a faint hum of electricity began to emanate from his body, crackling with energy. The air around him seemed to vibrate with the power of his E-grade ability, weak electricity. As the exhaustion caught up with him, Su Jingming's movement slowed, and he finally came to a stop, his chest heaving with exertion. I can't practice anymore, he thought, feeling the weight of his fatigue. His muscles ached, and his breathing was labored. The electricity that had been coursing through his body began to dissipate, leaving him feeling drained. Su Jingming leaned against the wall, his spear slipping from his grasp. He closed his eyes, letting the weariness wash over him. Despite his exhaustion, he knew he couldn't give up. The martial arts exam was just around the corner, and he still had a long way to go. Ever since his ability had awakened, Su Jingming had chosen a long spear as his trusty companion. For 2.5 years, he had dedicated himself to mastering the art of spear techniques. However, despite his prolonged practice, his proficiency remained at a beginner's level. Despite his struggles, Su Jingming had high hopes for a technique that might elevate his skills. He had his eyes on the beer technique, Lightning Gale Break, a powerful move that would undoubtedly make him stronger. The only hurdle was a steep price tag of $300,000. The reality of the martial arts world was harsh, with a growing number of student deaths among those below D class. For Su Jingming, getting into an awakened university was a matter of survival, and he knew he had to fight with every ounce of strength he possessed. The stakes were high, and the competition would be fierce. Su Jingming's determination to succeed was fueled by the knowledge that his future depended on it. He was willing to push himself to the limit, to take risks and face challenges head-on, all in pursuit of a better life. The screen flickered to life, displaying a message in bold, futuristic font. System activation successful. Su Jingming's eyes scanned the screen, taking the words Newbie Gift Package and Chat System for Transmigrators. A surge of excitement mixed with trepidation coursed through his veins. Do you want to claim the Newbie Gift Package? The screen asked, offering him a tantalizing prospect. Su Jingming's mind whirled with possibilities. What could this gift package contain? Would it be a powerful technique, a valuable resource, or something else entirely? And what was this chat system for transmigrators? Su Jingming's excitement reached a boiling point as he eagerly asked, "What's in the gift package?" The system's response flashed on the screen. Newbie gift package includes S-rank super ability, 200 ability points. His eyes widened in awe, and a huge grin spread across his face. An S-rank ability was the pinnacle of power, and 200 ability points would give him immense flexibility to customize his skills. Su Jingming's mind reeled with the implications of possessing an S-rank super ability. In a major country like Xiaohua, It typically took 3 to 4 years for an individual to awaken to their abilities. But an S-rank ability from the start, that was unprecedented. He knew that with such immense power, he would be a highly sought-after talent. Top ability universities would fight tooth and nail to recruit him, showering him with resources and opportunities. It was likely that he would be cultivated into a top-tier powerhouse, with the best instructor facilities and training programs at his disposal. Sweat dripped down Su Jingming's forehead as he gazed at the system screen with determination burning in his eyes. An E-rank trash like me still has a chance to defy fate and change my destiny, he thought, his resolve solidifying. With a deep breath, Su Jingming raised his hand, and his voice echoed through the room. Claim. The system screen flickered with a triumphant message. Newbie gift package claim successful. Su Jingming's eyes widened as he read on. 200 ability points have been credited. But it was the next line that truly caught his attention. S-rank super ability. Purple Cloud Thunder God's lighting is being distributed. Su Jingming's heart was enveloped in a crackling aura of lightning, and the system screen displayed the progress. 10%. Suddenly, the electrical energy surged, spreading throughout his body. As the progress bar ticked upward, Su Jingming's entire form became shrouded in a majestic, purple-hued lightning. The air around him seemed to vibrate with electric potential, and his body glowed with an otherworldly energy. The system screen displayed progress 20%. As the purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body intensified, the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone, and the sound of crackling energy grew louder. The system screen displayed progress 20%. As the purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body intensified, the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone, and the sound of crackling energy grew louder. As the progress bar ticked upward, the lightning began to burst forth from his body, damaging the surroundings. Furniture splintered, walls cracked, and windows shattered as the uncontrolled energy release wreaked havoc on the apartment. The neighbors who gathered below were shocked and frightened by the explosion and the burst of purple lightning. Some of them pointed and gasped, while others quickly pulled out their phones to call for help. One of the neighbors, Mrs. Lee, quickly dialed the emergency number and shouted into the phone, "Hello, hello. There's a fire or something happening at Su Jingming's apartment. Please send someone quickly." Su Jingming's body arched in agony as the system screen flashed the progress bar. 50%, 60%, 70%. The purple lightning raged through his body, threatening to consume him from the inside out. The pain was excruciating, like his cells were being rewritten by the intense energy. Su Jingming's vision blurred, and his breathing became ragged. He felt like he was being forged in a crucible of electricity, his body transformed by the S-rank ability. One of the neighbors, an elderly man named Mr. Wong, looked up at the sky and frowned. "Why did the sky suddenly turn dark?" he asked aloud, confusion etched on his face. The others followed his gaze, and they too noticed that the sky had taken on an ominous tone. On the other side of the city, elder man from the military council gazed up at the sky, his expression stern. "Terrifying thunder. I seem to feel some kind of heavy pressure. A powerful lightning attribute ferocious beast is about to invade." With a commanding voice, he ordered his subordinate, "Jiangqing's 3rd Legion, enter alert status. Prepare our lightning-resistant armor, and mobilize the electric shock squad. We must be ready to respond at a moment's notice." His subordinate nodded swiftly and relayed the orders, activating the Legion's emergency protocols. Elder Man Wu's eyes remained fixed on the sky, his mind calculating the potential threat and preparing for battle. "We will not let this beast catch us off guard. Prepare the city's defenses and get the troops ready to deploy." A majestic lightning dragon appeared in the sky, its electric body crackling with energy as it swooped towards Su Jingming's apartment. The air was charged with anticipation, and the dragon's arrival seemed to coincide with Su Jingming's transformation. As the dragon drew closer, Su Jingming's body surged with even more intense purple lightning, and he let out a mighty scream. The system screen flashed with rapid updates. 80%, 90%, 99%. Finally, the screen displayed 100%, ability transformation completed. The purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body dissipated, revealing a transformed individual. His eyes glowed with an inner light, and his aura pulsed with incredible power. The lightning dragon hovered above, its presence seeming to acknowledge Su Jingming's newfound abilities. With a mighty roar, Su Jingming raised his hands, and the air around him crackled with electricity. He had become a master of the lightning attribute, and the world would soon tremble at his power. With a surge of exhilaration, Su Jingming gazed at his hands, now imbued with the S-rank ability, Purple Haven Divine Thunder. The electric baton he once wielded seemed like a toy compared to this newfound power. One hit on a person is enough to shatter them. Su Jingming gazed out at his apartment, taking in the destruction caused by the uncontrolled energy release. This commotion is a bit too big, he thought to himself, surveying the damage. Furniture was overturned, walls were cracked, and windows were shattered. Su Jingming's eyes lit up as he gazed at the system screen, remembering the newbie gift pack. Oh, right. It also gave me 200 ability points, he thought, curiosity piqued. He focused on the ability points, and the system displayed a detailed explanation. Ability points can be obtained by killing fierce beasts. Consuming ability points can increase level and upgrade skills. You can view your ability points and upgrade options in the system panel. Su Jingming chuckled to himself, enjoying the simplicity and power of the system. I just love this kind of simple and crude cheat, he thought, grinning. With a thought, he opened the system panel, and a holographic display flickered to life in front of him. The panel displayed his information. Name, Su Jingming. Photo, a holographic image of Su Jingming's face. Skills, Purple Haven Divine Thunder, S-rank. Other skills, Physique 121 Chi Blood. Spirit 140 Hz. Skill Spear Arts Basic Lightning. Gale Break Basic. Ability Points 200. Su Jingming couldn't help but grin as he thought about the system's simplicity. He loved how straightforward it was, allowing him to focus on what mattered most, getting stronger. With the unified exam just around the corner, Su Jingming knew he had to make the most of his 200 ability points. He decided to let the system handle the allocation, trusting its calculations to maximize his combat power. Su Jingming pondered the system's words. The essence of superpower lies in the human body and mind. Let's first enhance those to basic attributes. He gazed at the system screen, which displayed his current attributes. Strength, 142. As the purple lightning coursed through his veins, Su Jingming felt an intense surge of energy. His body seemed to be electrified, and he could sense the power coursing through his muscles and cells. This is what it feels like to boost blood energy and mineral power. With a fierce cry, Su Jingming bent down and unleashed a flurry of punches, his fists flying in every direction. As he struck, lightning burst forth from his body, crackling with electricity. The air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone as the lightning danced across the room. Each punch sent a bolt of lightning shooting out from his fists, illuminating the space with brilliant flashes of light. The sound of thunder boomed through the air, shaking the very foundations of the room. With his basic attributes enhanced, Su Jingming noticed a significant improvement in his overall abilities. Whether he was using combat techniques or manipulating powers, everything seemed to be amplified accordingly. His movements became more fluid and precise, his strength increased, and his agility allowed him to dodge attacks with ease. Even his Purple Haven Divine Thunder seemed more potent, its power surging through him like never before. Su Jingming pondered the significance of the attribute increase. Both attributes increased by 20 points, he thought. That means each ability point equals 0.2 blood energy or 0.2 hertz. He glanced at the system screen, which displayed his updated physique. Physique 141. With his current strength, Su Jingming felt confident that getting into a superpower university would be a breeze. However, he couldn't help but wonder about his standing among the over 700,000 students in Jiangnan province. Where did he rank among the prodigies who had been trained by elite mentors since childhood? Su Jingming grasped his spear firmly, feeling its familiar weight and balance in his hand. Let's go to the martial hall and test my exact state, he thought, a sense of anticipation building within him. The firefighter burst into the room, kicking open the door with urgency. We've got a rescue call. There's a fire here, he exclaimed, his voice firm and commanding. Su Jingming's eyes widened as he realized the situation. It was probably caused by fluctuation from my power training, he thought, feeling a surge of concern. However, as he assessed the situation, he noticed that the fire was already under control. It's under control now, I see, he said calmly. The firefighter's expression changed to one of relief, and he nodded. Apprenticeship resolved. Fall back, he said into his comms device, before turning to Su Jingming. All right, situation under control. The firefighter shook his head, chuckling. Such a huge commotion, and it turns out it was just a student training their power. The next generation is truly impressive, he said with a mix of amusement and admiration. The neighbor asked, was everything okay with the fire earlier? Your problem is under control. Su Jingming replied, Good, from the look of it. The neighbor then inquired, heading to the martial hall? Yeah, going there to get some practicing, Su Jingming said. The neighbor sighed. So, the entrance exam is tomorrow, and you're still training. Not like my kid, who's stressing over the exam right now. For an awakened individual, becoming a full-fledged superpower user required rigorous training of both physique and mind to boost power output. As a result, martial halls that provided training spaces and instruction became increasingly popular. However, not every family could afford the luxury of a private training room, making these public facilities a vital resource for many aspiring superpower users. The two most renowned chain martial halls in the Xi'an nation were indeed Thunderclap and Violent Bear. Both institutions had a long history of producing skilled superpower users and were highly respected within the martial community. Su Jingming's eyes widened in surprise as he turned to look at the person approaching him. Wait, isn't that Tang Chi? My cousin? He thought, a mix of curiosity and familiarity rising within him. Su Jingming's eyes widened in surprise as he turned to look at the person approaching him. Wait, isn't that Tang Chi? My cousin? He thought, a mix of curiosity and familiarity rising within him. Chi Jia, what brings you to Thunderclap Martial Hall? Su Jingming asked, curiosity getting the better of him. Tang Chi smiled and replied, just here with a friend. Got it. Then I'll head to the training room, Su Jingming said, nodding. Tang Chi thought to herself. He seems different than before, noticing a change in Su Jingming's demeanor. Her friend asked, nudging her playfully, Who's that? Kinda handsome, eyeing Su Jingming with interest. Ong Chi said, Su Jingming, he is my cousin. He is in senior year, like us, taking the martial exam tomorrow. She introduced him casually, without much fanfare. Her friend's eyes lit up with curiosity, likely intrigued by the mention of the martial exam and Su Jingming's connection to Tang Chi. Her another friend teased, Why are you asking so many questions? You're crushing on him already, Xiaoya. Xiaoya playfully replied, Totally. With that face, as long as he's not weak, he'll make a great boyfriend. Definitely impressive in public. She giggled, nudging Tang Chi with her elbow. Tang Chi said, You might be disappointed. He only awakened an E-rank ability. Xiaoya replied, E-rank? What a shame. Tang Chi's another friend chimed in. Competing in a martial exam with just an E-rank ability? Gotta admire the courage. Tang Chi frowned, concern etched on her face. So what if he's brave? It's way too risky. It'd be better if he didn't take the exam at all. Xiaoya said, All right, let's not talk about that. We came to check out the Thunderclap Martial Hall, didn't we? They chatted among themselves, their conversation flowing easily. True, I've trained at Violent Bear all 3 years of high school. This is my first time in Thunderclap. Relaxing before the exam is good for your mental state. Let's go. With that, they strolled further into the martial hall, taking in the sights and sounds of the bustling facility. Su Jingming stood opposite to a target, holding a spear. He thought to himself, the fear feels lighter, or maybe it's because my physique got stronger. He glanced at the spear in his hand, his mind wandering to the upcoming exam. But the unified exam is tomorrow, not time to find a better weapon. With a resolute nod, he refocused on his training, determined to make the most of the time he had left. He took a deep breath, focusing his energy. Let's see what my full strength looks like without power enhancement. With a swift and powerful motion, he stabbed the spear directly into the target. The impact was loud and solid, the spear sinking deep into the target's surface. Su Jingming observed the result, gauging his own strength and technique. The training room's walls and equipment were made of basic memory metal, a material that could auto-repair within its resistance limit. This meant that the targets and other training equipment could withstand a significant amount of damage before needing manual repair. The memory metal would slowly return to its original shape, erasing any signs of damage. This feature made the training room a convenient and efficient place for students like Su Jingming to hone their skills. My raw physical strength is now double what was before, Su Jingming noted, pleased with his progress. Most awakened ones top out at 100 calories in strength. He cracked a small smile, feeling a sense of confidence. Now, let's try Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. He stretched out his hand, channeling his power into it. His hand started glowing with thunder, and a lightning bolt rushed forth, striking the target with destructive force. The energy release was immense, measuring 3,021 calories. The target shook violently under the impact, and the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone. Expected of an S-rank power, this is insane, Su Jingming exclaimed, stunned by the sheer force of the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. The average first-tier power user only hits 1,000 calories, and I'm not even officially Tier 1 yet. My output is like a mid-tier first-tier user. He was both amazed and a little awestruck by the unexpected potency of his ability, realizing that S-rank powers were on a completely different level. He thought to himself, this isn't my full potential. With a fierce determination, he gripped his spear tightly. Thunder began to cover his body as he combined his physical strength, power enhancement, and combat techniques. That's my trump card, he declared. With a swift and deadly motion, he moved forward and stabbed his spear into the target. A purple lightning ball created at the tip of the spear, and he shouted, "Lightning Gale!" A very powerful light occurred, illuminating the surroundings in a brilliant, electrifying glow. The sheer force of the attack was awe-inspiring, and the resulting explosion of energy left no doubt about the devastating power of the lightning gale technique. The whole building started to shake, and everyone was terrified, thinking it was an earthquake. On the same floor, Tang Chi and her friend exchanged worried glances. Such strong energy fluctuation, that's definitely power user level, her friend said, her voice filled with excitement and curiosity. Xiaoya asked, isn't this floor only for high school training students? Her friend replied, but all the freaks who reached that level early this year are training at Violent Bear, right? Maybe one of those freaks came here for a change, or a new power user student emerged. Tang Chi's eyes sparkled with interest. Let's go check it out. Together, they headed towards the source of the disturbance, eager to see what was happening. Ong Chi said, the energy wave seems to be coming from nearby. On the way, they met Su Jingming. Tang Chi asked, Su Jingming heading home? He replied, yeah, just want to get back and prep a bit more. Tang Chi said, all right, good luck on the exam tomorrow, but also stay safe. Su Jingming left. Her friend said, forgot him, the energy fluctuations coming from here. They reached near a room. Its walls were cracked. Tang Chi asked, is it here? They confirmed it when they opened the door, and they were in complete shock. All the things in the training room were completely destroyed. They were horrified by seeing such destruction had happened to the training room. Tang Chi and her friend were in complete shock. They stood frozen in the doorway, their eyes scanning the devastated training room. The destruction was so severe that it was hard to believe it had been caused by a single incident. The room's condition was a testament to the immense power that had been unleashed within its walls. Xiaoya said to her friends, damn, every memory alloy was blasted apart. How powerful was that attack? Do we really have a high school student this strong in Jiangqing? Her friends exchanged stunned glances, equally bewildered by the display of power they had just witnessed. The destruction of the memory alloys, known for their exceptional durability, only added to the astonishment. Her friend said, that probably wasn't a high school student. I can still feel the incredible violent energy remnants. The person could be a Tier 2 superpower user who accidentally entered this floor and tested their strength in the training room. Xiaoya's eyes widened in agreement, both of them speculating about the identity and capabilities of the mysterious individual responsible for the destruction. The two students standing apart from them said, "I knew it. There's no way a high schooler could unleash that kind of power." Exactly. Even the prodigies in provincial capital couldn't do this, let alone someone from Jiangqing. They exchanged knowing glances, their voices barely above a whisper as they discussed the implications of the destruction they had witnessed. Their tone conveyed a mix of awe and concern, hinting at the potential dangers that such a powerful individual might pose. Xiaoya said, "Only Su Jingming passed by here just now. Do you think it was him who caused all this? He is actually a hidden genius who's been controlling his power, waiting to make a big splash during tomorrow's power exam." Her friends turned to her, intrigued by the suggestion, and they began to speculate about Su Jingming's potential involvement in the destruction. The two students said to Xiaoya, "You're reading too many web novels about weaklings in disguise. That's just nonsense. Even if he is hiding his strength, there's got to be a limit. He only awakened an E-rank ability. 300 units of attack strength would already be good." They chuckled, dismissing the idea of Su Jingming being the one responsible for destruction, and attributing Xiaoya's speculation to her love for fantastical stories. Her friend said, "Both of these corridors lead outside. That powerful person must have exited from the other side. That's why we didn't run into them. Tang Chi, what do you think?" She walked to the destroy block and said, "Maybe." Her eyes scanned the area, taking in the details of the destruction, as if searching for clues that might reveal what had happened. Tang Chi thought to herself, the traces look like they were made by a spear. So Su Jingming participating in the martial arts exam is really just overestimating himself. It seemed she noticed a detail that hinted at the true nature of the destruction, and Su Jingming's abilities seemed laughably inadequate in comparison. The day of the martial arts exam arrived, and students from all over the school came to participate. Everyone started to murmur to themselves, some nervously rehearsing their techniques, while others were busy psyching themselves up, ready to give it their all. Su Jingming entered the area, holding a sphere in his hand, a confident look on his face. He seemed unfazed by the commotion and speculation surrounding him, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to the whispers and stares of the other students. 3 students whispered, "Phew, this is our test site. Holy crap, I think I saw a unicorn rhino. Didn't they usually use common beasts like shadow cats or iron-haired boars in past exams? This year's exam is going to be very hard." Their eyes widened in surprise as they took in the formidable challenge ahead. A student holding a sword said to them, "So, what if it's a unicorn rhino? If you can't even handle this level of beast, even if you get into Superpower University by luck, you'll just be a useless nobody." His intense gaze sent shivers down their spines, and they were terrified by the conviction and ferocity emanating from him. Su Jingming asked his best friend Lu Jie, "Su, who is this guy acting all arrogant?" His best friend replied, "Who else? That's Zhou Mingyang from First High School, the Gale Sword guy." Lu Jie nodded toward Zhou Mingyang, his tone laced with a mix of familiarity and wariness. His best friend continued, "Rumor says that he has a B-rank power called Agile Gale, and he's already advanced from no rank to Tier 1. Lu Jie's words were filled with a hint of awe and respect, implying that Zhou Mingyang's abilities were not to be underestimated. Su Jingming thought to himself, "Oh, him? The guy they say is a top contender for this year's martial arts exam valedictorian." A hint of competitiveness sparked in his eyes as he wondered, "Between him and me, who's stronger?" The challenge seemed to ignite a fire within him. A loud shout came from the examiner, "Attention, all the test takers." The area fell silent as students turned their focus to the front, awaiting the instructions and commencement of the martial arts exam. "I am Wang Haiyang, the chief commander of this Jiangqing martial arts exam. Before the test begins, I will go over some key points again. The exam run from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 12 hours in total. The testing location is Ruin Town behind me." Wang Haiyang gestured toward the vast, battle-scarred terrain of Ruin Town, where various formidable beasts and challenges awaited the test takers. He continues, "As in previous exams, the area is divided into outer, middle, inner, and core zones. Killing different types and levels of beasts will earn you different scores. The higher the beast level, the stronger it is, and the more points you get. Wang Haiyang's word highlighted the strategic challenge ahead, where students would need to balance risk and reward to maximize their scores. He continued, the core area is like the bonus questions on a written exam meant for the top students. Everyone knows your limit. Don't risk your life just for points. Wang Haiyang shouted, his face stern and angry, emphasizing the gravity of the warning as he gazed at the students. Su Jingming thought to himself, until yesterday, I only dared to wander in the outer zone, but now I'm aiming for the inner zone and even the core. A sense of confidence and ambition swelled within him, driven by the power of the sphere in his hand. Exam supplies will be distributed. Go to your homeroom teacher. In order to receive them, there are 3 items in total. Wang Haiyang's announcement was met with a flurry of activity as students prepared to collect their supplies, eager to gear up for the challenges ahead. Smartwatch tracks the number and types of beasts killed and accumulates score in real time. Tactical backpack contains 3 energy balls, 1 energy drink, and 1 disposable medical pack to support examinees for 12 hours. Safety sphere, when activated, creates a high-voltage electric barrier. Normal beasts cannot break through it. The details of the supplies were crucial for the student's survival and success in the exam. The teacher said to Su Jingming, once you use the safety sphere, the exam ends. But remember, your life matters more than anything else. Thanks, teacher. I got it, Su Jingming replied, nodding in understanding, the teacher's words striking a chord of caution within him. Lin Qingyan shouts at Su Jingming and asks, you don't have a team yet, right? Want to team up with us? She introduces her friend. This is my friend who recently awakened a C-rank ability. He said to Su Jingming, once we get inside, I'll watch your back. The offer of teamwork and support hung in the air, a strategic opportunity for mutual benefit in the challenging exam ahead. 2 students standing nearby whispered to each other. Class rep, it's fine being a nice guy usually, but this is a martial arts exam. Another said, a team can only have 5 people max. If we bring him, how are we going to score high? Their hushed conversation revealed the pragmatic considerations and potential conflicts that could arise in forming alliances for the exam. His friend asked them, we agreed, and now you're backing out last minute? They started arguing. Who knew he would actually show up for the exam? I am not dragging dead weight. The tension between camaraderie and self-interest simmered just below the surface, threatening to boil over into conflict. Su Jingming held Lu and told him, class rep, I really appreciate your kindness. Then he said, I'll go solo. You guys can form your own team. With a calm determination, Su Jingming made his decision, choosing to rely on himself rather than potentially burden others. Lu asked Su Jingming, are you serious? The class rep said, it is what it is, then. All right, then just be careful. With a nod, Lu accepted Su Jingming's decision. Concern etched on his face as he watched his friend head off alone. Lu walked ahead with an angry face, and the 2 students asked the class rep, why don't we team up with Huang Tian instead? The class rep looked at Su Jingming with a worried expression, concern for his friend's solo endeavor evident in his gaze. Su Jingming started smiling and thought to himself, without you guys, I can still score high. A confident glint sparkled in his eyes as he walked away, his determination and self-assurance propelling him forward. The air was filled with a hum of drones as they flew overhead, signaling the start of the exam. Jiangqing 2037 National Martial Arts Exam officially begins. Activating test site cameras and drone live stream. Exam broadcast starting. The announcement echoed through the venue, marking commencement of the highly anticipated event. The crowd of candidates surged forward, sprinting into the exam area with a singular focus, securing a spot at Superpower University. I will make a name for myself, they thought, determination burning in their hearts as they entered the site, ready to showcase their martial arts prowess. Tang Chi and her friends also dashed into the examination area, their eyes fixed on the challenge ahead as they prepare to give it their all and make a strong impression on the examiners. Zhou Mingyang from No. 1 High School burst forward, Leaping ahead of the pack with explosive power and agility, his movements a blur as he sprinted toward the exam area with an impressive display of speed and determination. Su Jingming sprinted forward, a fierce determination in his voice as he declared, "Unified Martial Arts Exam, here I come." With each stride, he gained momentum, his movements swift and purposeful as he charged toward the challenge ahead. The smartwatch on Su Jingming's wrist beeped, displaying the message, "Verification completed. Candidate is Su Jingming, Senior Year 3, Class 5, Jiangqing No. 2 High School." The confirmation flashed on the screen, ensuring his identity and readiness for the exam. The screen flickered to life, displaying the live ranking system. First place, Zhou Mingyang. Second place, Li Lan. Third place, Zhao Hu. The rankings flashed on the screen, fueling the competitive atmosphere as the candidates prepared to showcase their skills. Su Jingming's eyes locked onto the rankings, his determination renewed. Su Jingming thought to himself, as expected from No. 1 high school's top student, Zhou Mingyang is already racing ahead so fast. Time for me to make a move too. A spark of competitiveness ignited within him, and he picked up his pace, ready to challenge the leaders. Su Jingming thought to himself, there's a long way from the outer zone to core, so let's head straight for the core area. With a newfound sense of purpose, he adjusted his strategy, focusing on the most critical part of the exam. As Su Jingming sprinted toward the core area, he suddenly caught sight of something that made him stop dead in his tracks. His eyes widened, and he stood there, frozen in surprise or curiosity. Su Jingming's eyes widened in horror as he saw a student lying unconscious on the ground, blood trickling out of his mouth and a critical wound visible on his chest. He rushed over, concern etched on his face, and knelt down to assess the situation. "What happened?" he muttered, his voice laced with worry. Su Jingming's eyes widened in alarm as he thought to himself, those injuries are serious. He didn't even have time to use the safety sphere. No wonder the teacher kept telling me to skip the exam. Concern and unease gripped him as he realized the gravity of the situation. Su Jingming thought to himself, if I hadn't awakened an S-rank ability, I would have probably ended up like this too. The thought sent a chill down his spine as he gazed at the injured student, grateful for his own unique circumstances. Su Jingming thought to himself, no regrets. The martial art exam is just that brutal. He pressed the student's smartwatch, calling for the logistics team. Opportunity always comes with risk, he murmured. Not everyone gets a chance to defy fate. With a resolute expression, he ensured the injured student received aid, acknowledging the harsh realities of their world. Su Jingming's heart skipped a beat as he felt a terrifying presence behind him. He spun around, and his eyes widened in horror as he saw a massive, clawed leg belonging to a ferocious beast looming over him. The air was thick with tension as the beast's presence seemed to fill the space. Su Jingming's mind racing, he thought. It deliberately left someone alive to ambush those who get close. His instinct screamed warning as he gazed at the beast, realizing he was likely walking into a trap set by the cunning creature. Su Jingming thought to himself, it's a trap made by the ferocious beast. His eyes darted around, assessing the situation. As he prepared to defend himself against the impending attack, Su Jingming steeled himself, ready to face the ferocious beast. His muscles tensed, and he poised for action, prepared to defend himself against the beast's ferocious attack. Adrenaline pumped through him as he waited for the beast's next move. The ferocious beast lunged towards Su Jingming with a snarl, but he swiftly moved back, dodging the beast's vicious attack by a hair's breadth. Su Jingming breathed out sharply, his reflexes saving him from the deadly strike. The ferocious beast landed mere inches away from Su Jingming, its eyes locking onto him with a deadly glance. The air was thick with tension as beast and human locked gazes, each sizing up the other for the next move. Su Jingming felt the weight of the beast's lethal intent bearing down on him. Su Jingming thought to himself, the beast has an agile body, sharp claws, and a bite force of over 1,000 kilograms. A well-deserved newbie killer. He swallowed hard, acknowledging the beast's deadly capabilities. Its lethal combo of speed, sharpness, and crushing power made it a formidable opponent. Su Jingming thought to himself, The reason fierce beasts has the word fierce in their name is because they possess a special ferocious aura that can intimidate their prey. I heard that most awakened people, when they encounter a fierce beast for the first time, become helpless under this ferocious aura. He felt a shiver run down his spine, aware of the psychological impact the beast's aura could have on him. Su Jingming thought that wealthy families will hire specialized ability user bodyguards to take their children into the wilderness to get them used to fighting fierce beasts as early as possible. This way, the kids learn to handle danger, build confidence, and develop survival skills from a young age. A harsh but effective way to prepare them for the dangers of their world. Su Jingming said to himself, "Of course I don't have that kind of privilege. This is my first time truly facing a fierce beast." A mix of nerves and determination played on his face as he realized the gravity of the situation. No luxury of prior training or privileged upbringing here. He was in the thick of it, facing the beast head-on. The fierce beast lunged toward Su Jingming, and they faced off face-to-face. In a split-second decision, Su Jingming took out his spear, a weapon or tool of some kind, and stabbed it into the body of the beast. The outcome hung in the balance. Su Jingming thought to himself, "It seems that this aura has no effect on me at all." A hint of surprise mixed with relief crossed his mind as he realized he wasn't intimidated or helpless under the fierce beast's ferocious aura like most others would be. This unexpected resistance might just give him an edge in this deadly confrontation. Su Jingming takes out his spear from the dead body of the beast, and suddenly a screen appeared showing "Killed one unranked fierce beast." A shadow cat, ability points +3 inch. Su Jingming's probably stoked about getting those ability points for his shadow cat. Taking down an unranked fierce beast ain't no joke. Su Jingming said to himself, "Killing fierce beasts can grant me ability points which can strengthen my power, but unranked fierce beasts give so little." He nodded thoughtfully, realizing that while taking down beasts does reward him with ability points, unranked ones aren't the most lucrative. Maybe he'll need to aim for a higher-ranked beast to get more points and boost his power faster flex biceps. Su Jingming thought to himself, "Since I don't have a big reaction to the fierce beast's aura, there's not much point in staying in the outer area. I gotta get to the central area, quickly." He figured that with his resistance to the beast's aura, he could handle tougher areas. Heading to the central area ASAP might bring more challenges, but also bigger rewards or opportunities rocket. Smiling face with sunglasses while reaching the central area, Su Jingming started killing many beasts. The screen shows so many ability points were added. Su Jingming's probably pumped seeing his ability points skyrocket like that. Taking down lots of beasts in the central area is paying off big time. His power is going to be boosted majorly with all those points collision. Thinking face while landing on the ground, Su Jingming thought, "I've gained a good amount of ability points, but what I lack now is actual combat experience. Using the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder can instantly kill unranked fierce beasts, but this way I can effectively increase my strength." Su Jingming's weighing the pros and cons. Sure, the Divine Thunder makes short work of unranked beasts, but relying on it might not help him get stronger through actual combat challenges grimacing face. Moreover, Su Jingming thought, the higher the ability rank, the more energy it consumes. If I use my full strength with Purple Heaven Divine Thunder, I can't even maintain it for an hour, before my E-rank weakness current could last for more than 3 hours. Su Jingming's realizing the trade-offs of using his powerful skill. High energy drain with Purple Heaven Divine Thunder versus longer lasting, but maybe less effective lower rank usage. Balancing power and endurance's a big deal balance scale. Fire, but the martial arts exam lasts for a full 12 hours before entering the core area. Su Jingming thought, I can't waste my application. I'll continue to stick to the strategy for the rest of the journey. I'll kill the fierce beast using only my spear techniques to gain more combat experience. Su Jingming's going to push himself, using spear techniques to take down beasts. That way he'll build combat skills and experience, prepping himself for the challenges ahead in the core area flex biceps. Su Jingming suddenly spotted a giant fierce beast that looks at his direction. He started running away from it, and it started chasing him. Su Jingming's hightailing out of there, but that giant beast hot on his heels. This is going to be a wild chase rocket. Wonder if Su Jingming can outrun it, or if he'll need to turn around and fight after all. When he looked back, the beast was near him. Suddenly, Su Jingming jumped up, started spinning, took his spear out, and stabbed it directly into the beast's head. What a crazy move. Su Jingming pulled off some insane acrobatic combat skills there. Stabbing the spear into the beast's head like that, gotta be effective collision. Probably gonna get some big rewards or ability points for tucking down a giant fierce beast like that smiling face with sunglasses. Su Jingming took out his spear from the beast's head and landed near it. He's probably catching his breath after that intense move. Now he's down. Su Jingming's thinking, my speed in killing fierce beasts is much faster than before. Could it be that my spear technique's broken through without me realizing it? He's wondering if there's been some unseen progress in his skills. Maybe all the combat experience and ability points gained have bumped up his spear technique to a new level without him even noticing Rocket. That'd explain the increased kill speed. While looking at the screen, Su Jingming said, as I thought, my spear technique's broken through to intermediate. It seems that relying solely on spear technique in actual combat gives the biggest boost of my strength. Su Jingming's hyped that his spear technique's upgraded to intermediate. He's making the connection that focusing on spear technique in combat's really pumping up his strength chart increasing. Guess that strategy of using spear techniques to kill beasts was a good call. While touching the screen, Su Jingming said, the intermediate spear technique already makes me feel like I can do whatever I want. What would happen if I were to improve it further? Su Jingming's curious about the potential of taking his spear technique to the next level, with intermediate spear technique making him feel unstoppable already. He's wondering what heights he'd reach with even more improvement Rocket. Possibilities are getting pretty exciting. Suddenly, a lot of spear skills appeared in Su Jingming's mind. His eyes widened, and he was in complete shock. Whoa! That's a lot of new skills flooding in like that. Su Jingming's mind's blown by the influx of spear skills collision. He's probably thinking, what just happened? Guess breaking through the intermediate spear technique unlocked a bunch of new moves in his mind brain. Now he's got to process all these new skills. It's amazing. Countless advanced spear techniques are flooding into Su Jingming's mind. He said, I can't wait to find a first-rank fierce beast to test it on. Su Jingming's pumped about all these new advanced techniques. He's getting flexed biceps. Testing M out on a tougher foe like a first-rank fierce beast is going to be a big challenge, and a great way to see how effective these new skills are fire. He's looking forward to putting M to the test. Su Jingming's friends were walking, and suddenly the class rep noticed someone running while holding a spear. She said to her friends, I think I saw Su Jingming. Her friend said, Squad leader, are you seeing things? It can't be him. With his strength, coming here would be suicide, wouldn't it? The friends doubting it could be Su Jingming, because with Su Jingming's strength, showing up in this area would be crazy, risky, dizzy face. They're wondering if the class rep's mistaken about who she saw, person shrugging, female sign. The class rep said, Did I really see something wrong? But that silhouette just now really looked exactly like Su Jingming. Lu Jie said, I wonder how Jingming is doing. The class rep still thinking about that silhouette that looked like Su Jingming, wondering if it really was him thinking face. Lu Jie's showing concern for Su Jingming, thinking about how he's doing thaw balloon. Maybe they're going to ask around or check on Su Jingming's status. Suddenly one of their friends called out, Them, come here quick. Rhinoceros looks like it just died. The blood on the wounds hasn't dried yet, which means it died a few minutes ago. The fatal wound is on its head. From the shape of the wound, it was caused by a spear. Whoa! A rhinoceros just got taken down skull. And from the wound, it looks like a spear was used fire. Given Su Jingming was just talked about and he's got spear technique skills, they'll probably think about it he had something to do with this kill, exploding head. The class rep said, Good. The person I saw nearby just now really was Su Jingming. Her friend said, You're not going to say that Su Jingming was the one who killed this rhinoceros, are you? This is a fierce beast that only AC rank awakened can kill alone. How could Su Jingming possibly do it? Su Jingming's friends are doubting that he'd be able to take down a rhinoceros fierce beast like that dizzy face. They're saying that a job for AC rank awakened, and Su Jingming's capabilities don't seem to match up to that level. Her another friend said, to find out if Su Jingming killed it, we just have to check his score ranking, right? Yep. Checking Su Jingming's score ranking's a straight shot way to see if he got credit for killing the rhinoceros bar chart. If he did kill it, his score ranking should reflect that kill, and they'd know for sure magnifying glass still to the left. His friends are curious now, want to know if Su Jingming's the one who took down that beast. When they look at the score, 46th place Su Jingming, they said, it's really him. No, this can't be right. Su Jingming? He is in top 50? Could it be someone with the same name? Are E-rank ability awakened people this fierce these days? I don't believe it. Su Jingming's friends are shocked dizzy face. They're not buying it that Su Jingming's in top 50 with E-rank ability. That's crazy strong for an E-rank fire. They're wondering if it's a different Su Jingming or something. Thinking face. Audience stands outside the arena. The first high school is as strong as ever. They are basically taking over the top 10, especially Zhou Mingyang, who's ranked first with 412 points. It seems he has already secured the city's top student spot. It's been many years in our Jiangqing that a hot provincial top 100 student appeared. I wonder if he can do it, the audience said to themselves. The audience is talking about how first high school's dominant, the rankings trophy. Zhou Mingyang's on top, with a huge 412 points top arrow. They're thinking he's locked in the city's top student spot 100 points. Now they're curious if Zhou Mingyang can make it to the hot provincial top 100. Zhang Wenshan said, Zhou Mingyang is our Jiangqing ace. His nimble gale is very strong, so he wouldn't be weak even in the provincial martial arts exam. In my opinion, he should be able to break into the top 100 in Jiangnan province. Zhang Wenshan's hyping, Zhou Mingyang flex biceps. He's saying Zhou Mingyang's got a strong skill set with Nimble Gale Tornado, which will serve him well even at the provincial level stadium. Zhang Wenshan continued, Old Liu, I've always been quite satisfied with the education at your first high school. And the third high school isn't bad either. Someone finally squeezed into the top 10. The principals of first and third high school said, It's all thanks to you, director. We will continue to rely on you in the future. Zhang Wenshan's talking to old Liu, saying he's satisfied with the education at first high school. He's also mentioning third high school's doing okay handshake. The principals are thanking Director Zhang Wenshan for his support folded hands, saying they'll keep counting on him books. Zhang Wenshan said, but the second high school needs to work harder. Their best student is only ranked 18. The principal of second high school bowed down his head and said, yes. Zhang Wenshan's pointing out second high schools got to step up their game chart increasing. Compared to the others, their top students ranking 18th. Zhao Yao, principal of second high school, thought, among the top 50, there are only 8 students from the second high school. Li Ming, Yongwan, Tang Ju, Su Jingming, you brats get your act together. Wait a minute. Who is this Su Jingming? Why haven't I seen this name before? Is there a person with this name in the advanced class? Principal Zhao Yao's thinking about the second high school's representation in the top 50. He's named the 4 students from second high school in the top 50. He's curious about Su Jingming. Didn't know about this student, wondering if Su Jingming's in the advanced class. Su Jingming's class teacher is in complete shock as he saw Su Jingming's name, and he's in top 50. But isn't this kid an E-rank awake? The person. But no matter how much he hides it, can an E-rank ability suddenly turn into an S-rank ability? Su Jingming's class teacher's blown away. He's thinking Su Jingming's got an E-rank ability, but somehow he's ranking the top 50. That's crazy for an E-rank. He's wondering if an E-rank ability can somehow skyrocket to S-rank level, 'cause that'd be insane. Class teacher thought, only the top 10 have a dedicated camera angle, so I can't find any footage of Su Jingming right now. How on earth did he get such a high score? The class teacher's puzzled. Since Su Jingming's not in the top 10, there's no dedicated camera footage of him. He's wondering how Su Jingming managed to get such a high score with an E-rank ability. The mystery is deepening about Su Jingming's performance. Central area danger level high. Someone broke a bottle on the ground and stepped forward. It was Su Jingming. He thought to himself. After entering the central area, the number of fierce beasts has significantly decreased. Ranked fierce beasts, how to develop some intelligence, and I'm at the ends of territory, which makes them much more difficult to deal with than unranked ones. Su Jingming's in the central area where danger's high. He's thinking about the situation. Fewer fierce beasts here, but the ranked ones are smarter and tougher to handle than unranked ones. He's at the edge of his territory, making things trickier. He saw something and said, "Here it is." It was a ferocious beast that was destroying every object that comes in front of it. It looks at Su Jingming and roars. A first-rank fierce beast. An arm-blade tiger. Su Jingming's faced with a crazy beast. The arm-blade tiger's a first-rank fierce beast, destroying everything in its path. It's looking straight at Su Jingming and roaring loud. This beast got power, and Su Jingming's got to handle it. He said, "It seems my luck is... Today I just entered the central area and already encountered a first-rank fierce beast. This is perfect for me to test my sphere technique on." Su Jingming's thinking this encounter's a good break. He's just entered the central area and bumped into a first-rank fierce beast, the arm-blade tiger. He's seeing this as a perfect chance to test out his sphere technique. Su Jingming's looking to put his skills to the test against this beast. Arm-blade tiger launches towards him. Our protagonist takes a stand to fight back. Su Jingming's fastened, off against the charging arm-blade tiger. He's taking a stance, ready to fight back. This is going to be an intense showdown cross swords between Su Jingming and the fierce arm-blade tiger. How's Su Jingming going to use his fear technique against this beast? Su Jingming's moving fast, dodging the arm-blade tiger's attack. Then he uses his sphere to block the tiger's next attack. He's using his sphere technique smartly to defend against the fierce arm-blade tiger. The beast's arms started shaking. Our protagonist thought, "Is this all the power of a first-rank arm-blade tiger has? I guess only a Tiger King can make me use a little more effort." Su Jingming's thinking, the arm-blade tiger's not that powerful. He's wondering, if only a more powerful beast like a Tiger King would push him to use more effort. Su Jingming's assessing the situation, thinking about the beast's strength. With quick movement, our protagonist launched toward the tiger beast to attack. That tiger beast also launched forward, but with a quick moment, our protagonist reaches near the tiger beast and stabbed the beast with the sphere. The tiger beast started growling in pain, and blood flows out his mouth. Our hero landed near the beast, and look at it. Su Jingming's landed near the wounded arm-blade tiger. The beast's growling in pain, and blood's flowing out of its mouth. Su Jingming's looking at the beast, assessing the situation. They both look at each other's eyes. Suddenly, with a growl, the tiger beast launches forward. It started attacking our protagonist with his claws. Our protagonist dodges all of its attacks, and he said, "As expected of a first-rank ferocious beast, its vitality is indeed tenacious. It still wants to put up a desperate struggle." Our protagonist suddenly turns back and gets ready to face the beast. He said, "But no matter how much you struggle, it's futile." He started binding his power into the sphere and shoots lightning slashes towards the beast that accurately hit the beast. And the beast fell down, blood flows from the wounds of the beast. The beast shows no sign of life. A system shows, kill one first-rank armored tiger. Ability points plus 14. Protagonist said the ability points obtained from killing a first-rank ferocious beast is almost double what you get from killing an unranked one. He continues thinking about the exam hall's potential for leveling up. The stronger the ferocious beast, the higher the ability points multiplier. He reminds himself. To others, the exam hall seems like a danger zone, but for him, it's a rare treasure ground where he can level up quickly. He thought, opportunities like this are rare, so I have to make the most of my time to harvest more ability points. With this determination, he moves forward through the exam hall, intent on finding more ferocious beasts to battle and gain more ability points. Outside the arena, the audience gathered in the stands watched as the large screen displayed the rankings. It showed number 32, Su Jingming, 328 points. Teacher Chun Fan spoke up, a hint of pride in his voice. So Su Jingming is from our Class 5 after all. Among so many parallel classes, Only students from your class have made it into the top 50. Teacher Chen Fan truly has a great way of teaching, right? There was a murmur of agreement among the teachers and students nearby. Someone suggested, in the second half of the year, we can have Teacher Chun Fan lecture and share some of his teaching experience. But Teacher Chen shook his head humbly. No, he said. This is all due to the students' own efforts. It has little to do with me. Suddenly, someone from the audience stands up and says, Look, everyone, Su Jingming's ranking has gone up again. The screen updates to show number 25, Su Jingming. The crowd react with surprise as they see that he actually gained 44 points at once. The audience starts buzzing with whispers and murmurs. Teacher Chun Fan looks pleased but not entirely surprised. It seems Su Jingming is really making his mark, he says. Zhang Wenshan spoke up, explaining the scoring system of the martial arts exam. According to the martial arts exam score calculation, killing a peak unranked ferocious beast gives you 6 to 8 points. Killing a first-tier low-grade ferocious beast gives you 14 to 16 points. And the smartwatch's kill count update interval is 4 seconds. He did a quick mental calculation, and his eyes widened slightly, which means in just 4 seconds, Su Jingming killed 5 peak unranked ferocious beasts or 3 first-tier low-grade ferocious beasts. Zhang Wenshan couldn't help but think to himself, this kind of performance hasn't been seen in years. Principal Zhao turned to Zhang Wenshan, a hint of curiosity in his voice. The student from your school is a good prospect. Why haven't I heard you mention him before? Principal Zhao said, To be honest, I just found out myself. For the specific situation, you'll have to ask him his homeroom teacher. He seemed to be considering something for a moment before nodding. But it's clear Su Jingming is an exceptional student. I'd like to know more about his background and abilities. Principal Zhao said to Teacher Chen, Come over and tell the leaders about Su Jingming in detail. For example, what's his talent like? Teacher Chen walked over to them and bowed slightly before speaking. Director, Principal, the Su Jingming awakened an E-rank ability, weak electricity. The leaders exchanged glances, their expressions showing a mix of interest and curiosity about Su Jingming's E-rank ability in weak electricity. Principal Zhao was in shock, saying, Just an E-rank ability. Teacher Chen? You didn't remember incorrectly, did you? Teacher Chen shook his head firmly. No. Before the college entrance exam, I even specifically advised him not to participate in the martial arts college entrance exam. I didn't expect. Teacher Chen's words trailed off, leaving the leaders to process the surprising news about Su Jingming's E-rank ability in weak electricity and his unexpected performance in the martial arts exam. The director said, To be able to get this far with just an E-rank ability, it seems student Su Jingming must have outstanding qualities in other areas. That makes me even more curious. Let's wait. With his momentum, he should soon be able to break into the top 10. At that time, we'll understand how he managed to do it. If he did it by cheating. The principal and Teacher Chen, who was Su Jingming's class teacher, got terrified hearing the director's words about investigating if Su Jingming cheated. They exchanged worried glances, concern etched on their faces about the implications of such an investigation on Su Jingming and the school. Su Jingming is now ranked number 9 on the leaderboard. This indicates he's made it into the top 10, which is a significant achievement considering his E-rank ability in weak electricity. Tang Chi, Su Jingming's cousin, said, As I expected, you were the one who caused that one blow yesterday, cousin Su Jingming. There seems to be a bit of familial connection and possibly a hint of acknowledgement or even pride in Tang Chi's tone about Su Jingming's actions. Zhou Mingyang, who is currently ranked number 1 on the leaderboard, said, There are still 6 hours left until the end of the exam, and a new face actually squeezed into the top 10. Su Jingming. Never heard of him. Zhou Mingyang's tone seemed somewhat curious, and maybe a bit intrigued by the sudden appearance of Su Jingming in the top 10. The screen shows Su Jingming running and killing beasts. As he's killing them, he says, As expected, the efficiency of killing ferocious beasts is higher in the central area. By looking at a flying drone, he says, A tracking camera drone. It seems I've already entered the top 10. Su Jingming seems pleased, or at least aware of his achievement of entering the top 10, and he's strategizing about his location and efficiency in killing ferocious beasts in the central area. Su Jingming said, "The martial arts college entrance exam is all about testing a candidate's strength and potential. The better the result, the more recognition you get. I didn't plan on hiding my strength anyway. The top 10 is just the beginning." Su Jingming seems confident and focused on performing well, aiming for more than just being in the top 10. Su Jingming looked at the screen and thought, "But before entering the core area, I need to improve my strength again." He's considering his next steps and strategizing about enhancing his abilities before moving into the more challenging or critical parts of the exam area. Su Jingming thought, "I have over 300 ability points, but a level field skill ascent showing a promotion notification. It seems the only way to advance from an awakened to an ability user is by learning an ability cultivation method." He's contemplating the requirements for advancing his abilities and considering the need to learn a cultivation method to progress from awakened to ability user. Su Jingming thought, "In that case, I will continue to improve my basic attributes." By looking at the screen, suddenly blue lights around him. He said, "This feels great. It's time to head to the core area." The screen shows a notification. Physique plus 40, Spirit plus 22. Su Jingming seems to have gotten a boost in his attributes, physique and spirit, and he's feeling positive about heading to the core area with these enhancements. The scene shifted to the core area, where the danger level is highest. There were many tiger beasts eating a dead rhinoceros. This core area seems to be a high-risk zone with dangerous creatures like tiger beasts, indicating Su Jingming is heading into a very challenging part of the exam or environment. The leader of the tiger beast is standing on top of the rhinoceros head. This suggests the leader is asserting dominance or surveying its surroundings while the other tiger beasts feed on the dead rhinoceros. The scene is tense with the leader tiger beast on top, possibly watching for threats or competitors. Su Jingming watched everything while hiding behind a building. He said, 9 armored tigers. The one in the middle. Its aura and size are outstanding, coupled with astonishingly long arm blades. It must be the armored tiger king. Su Jingming seems to be sizing up the situation, identifying the leader among the armored tigers as the armored tiger king, which appears to be a formidable creature given its attributes. Su Jingming got ready to face the armored tigers, saying, "Looks like it's going to be a great harvest." Suddenly, he felt someone standing behind him. By looking back, he said, "Come on out. I have found you." A figure started coming towards him. This twist introduces a new element to the scene, an unknown figure that Su Jingming sensed was behind him. The figure is now approaching Su Jingming. The person coming closer said, "So perceptive. You found me even though I didn't expect you to be the Su Jingming who broke into the top 10. This person seemed somewhat surprised that Su Jingming is the one who sensed their presence, and they're acknowledging Su Jingming's achievement of breaking into the top 10. Su Jingming said, "Zhou Mingyang, you know me." Zhou Mingyang replied, "I am acquainted with everyone strong enough to enter the core area, except for you. So when I saw a new face, I guess it was the one who rose like a dark horse." Zhou Mingyang seems to be acknowledging Su Jingming's unexpected rise to prominence, referring to him as a dark horse who quickly made it to the top 10. Zhou Mingyang said, "I've been watching this group of armored tigers for a while with shock." Su Jingming asked, "You want to steal my monsters?" Zhou Mingyang's statement implies he's been observing the armored tigers with a mix of amazement and possibly interest. Su Jingming's question is a bit accusatory, wondering if Zhou Mingyang's interest in the armored tigers means he wants to take advantage of the situation. Zhou Mingyang said, "Don't misunderstand. The armored tiger king is a first-tier mid-grade ferocious beast. Plus, with the 9 armored tigers hunting in a team, no matter how strong a single person is, they can't handle it. We can cooperate." Zhou Mingyang is clarifying that his interest isn't about stealing Su Jingming's situation with the armored tigers, but rather he's pointing out the danger of facing such powerful beasts alone. He's suggesting that Su Jingming and he cooperate to deal with the armored tigers and the armored tiger king. Su Jingming said, "No need. I'll handle it myself." With a confident smile, he said, "I'm enough by myself." Su Jingming is declining Zhou Mingyang's offer of cooperation and expressing confidence in his ability to handle the armored tigers and the armored Tiger King on his own. Su Jingming steps forward to face the ferocious beasts while holding his spear in hand. The fearsome beasts turn their attention towards him. This sets the stage for a tense confrontation where the armored tigers, led by the armored Tiger King, are now focused on Su Jingming. With the spear in hand, Su Jingming seems prepared to take on the beasts. He thought, as expected of a group of fierce beasts led by a fierce beast king. They even have the intelligence to use a simple formation. Su Jingming is acknowledging the tactical awareness of the armored tigers and their king. The fact that they're using a formation implies they're a coordinated and potentially formidable opponent. The beasts move towards him in a group and launch towards him. This indicates an intense and potentially overwhelming attack by the armored tigers against Su Jingming. With the beasts launching towards him in a group, Su Jingming will likely need to act quickly and decisively to defend himself against a coordinated attack. Zhou Mingyang watches the scene and said, "Let's see if this guy is just going to his death or if he really has something special." Zhou Mingyang is observing the confrontation between Su Jingming and the armored tigers with interest, curious about whether Su Jingming has the skills or tools to survive the attack. Zhou Mingyang's comment implies he's skeptical, but also intrigued by Su Jingming's potential. Our protagonist started to spin his sphere. Suddenly, purple energy bursts come out from it and attack the fearsome beasts reaching towards him, killing the fearsome beasts. This indicates a powerful and effective use of sphere by Su Jingming. The purple energy bursts are able to attack and kill the beasts that were closing in on him, suggesting Su Jingming is handling the situation effectively with the sphere's power. The screen showing the kill count and the ability points he gained. This suggests that after taking down the armored tigers with the help of the sphere's power, Su Jingming's actions have resulted in him gaining rewards in the form of ability points. The kill count and ability points gained are likely part of a system tracking Su Jingming's progress or achievements. See the tiger beast corpses lying covered with pools of blood. This is a grim aftermath of the battle between Su Jingming and the armored tigers. The scene depicts the outcome of the intense confrontation, with the tiger beast now lying lifeless in pools of blood. Su Jingming's use of the sphere's power was effective in taking down the beasts. The tiger beast king started to charge towards him, and our protagonist said, "Too bad my physical strength is still a bit lacking." Su Jingming is acknowledging a limitation in his physical abilities as the armored tiger king charges towards him. Despite having effectively dealt with the other armored tigers using the sphere's power, Su Jingming seems to be expressing concern about facing the king given his current physical strength. The tiger beast king came face to face against the protagonist and roared. All the glasses near the building explode. The armored tiger king's powerful roar had an unexpected effect on the surroundings, causing all the nearby glasses to shatter explosively. This showcases the sheer power and intensity of the Beast King. Su Jingming, facing such a formidable foe, would need to be extremely cautious and strategic in how he handles a confrontation. He said, "Intimidating me right from the start? You might scare others, but you can't scare me." By saying this, our protagonist lunges forward against the beast, and a fierce battle begins to start. The tiger beast grinds his teeth. Su Jingming is showing no fear in the face of the armored Tiger King's intimidating display. Instead, he's embracing the challenge and launching himself into a fierce battle against the beast. The tiger beast grinding his teeth indicates he's preparing for an intense fight as well. Our protagonist jumps upward and lands a crushing strike to the Beast King. Su Jingming uses his agility to jump up, and then comes down with a powerful strike against the armored Tiger King. This indicates Su Jingming is actively engaging in close combat with the Beast King, utilizing his mobility and striking power to deal significant damage. He stabs the King Beast and ends the fight. Su Jingming delivers a decisive blow by stabbing the armored Tiger King, which concludes the intense battle between them. This suggests Su Jingming was able to overcome the powerful Beast King using his skills and the tools at his disposal, like the sphere or his combat abilities. Blood bursts out, and the screen shows killed one first-order upper-rank Armblade Tiger. Ability points +20. This indicates that after Su Jingming stabbed and defeated the Armored Tiger King, a classification of a first-order upper-rank arm-blade tiger. He received a reward of 20 ability points. The system tracking kills and ability points is providing feedback on Su Jingming's achievement. Zhou Mingyang is in complete shock, saying, "No way. He actually took care of all of them in one go. What kind of monster is he?" Zhou Mingyang is expressing disbelief and astonishment at Su Jingming's capability to take down the armored tigers, including the powerful first-order upper-rank arm-blade tiger, in a single go. Zhou Mingyang is implying that Su Jingming's performance is extraordinary, likening him to a monster in terms of his combat prowess. Su Jingming said, "What a huge harvest of ability points. At this rate, who knows how many ability points I'll accumulate by the time the college entrance exam is over." Su Jingming is expressing excitement and optimism about the ability points he's gained from defeating the armored tigers. He's looking ahead to the potential accumulation of more ability points and considering how this might impact him by the time a significant event like the college entrance exam concludes. He continues, "The more the better. I should hurry and look for the next beast group." Su Jingming is motivated by the gain of ability points and is thinking about seeking out more challenges to accumulate even more points. He's adopting a proactive approach, wanting to find the next beast group to engage with and potentially gain more rewards. Zhou Mingyang rushed towards him and asked, "Wait, how did you manage to crush that group of arm-blade tigers with just a long sphere? Is your ability a reinforcement type?" Zhou Mingyang is curious about Su Jingming's methods and capabilities that allowed him to defeat the group of arm-blade tigers so effectively using the sphere. He's wondering if Su Jingming's ability is of a type that reinforces his strength or the sphere's power. Su Jingming jumps toward another building, saying, "No, it's a lightning type." Su Jingming clarifies to Zhou Mingyang that the sphere's ability is related to lightning, not a reinforcement type, by jumping towards another building. Su Jingming seems to be moving on to potentially scout for more challenges or continue his hunt for beast groups. Zhou Mingyang said, "Lightning type? You gotta be kidding. If you don't want to tell me your ability type, you don't have to be so dismissive. What an awful person." Zhou Mingyang is expressing surprise and a bit of offense at Su Jingming's brief and somewhat abrupt response about the sphere's ability being of a lightning type. Zhou Mingyang feels Su Jingming was dismissive and is reacting emotionally to this perceived slight. Zhou Mingyang said, "He just killed so many fierce beasts. His score is probably going to catch up to mine quickly. Zhou Mingyang is acknowledging Su Jingming's impressive feat of killing many fierce beasts, and is considering the implications of this on their relative standings or scores. Zhou Mingyang seems to be recognizing Su Jingming as a potential competitor whose achievements might soon rival his own. The screen shows number 1 Su Jingming 1122 points. Zhou Mingyang said, "He already surpassed me." Zhou Mingyang is acknowledging that Su Jingming has taken the lead in the rankings, surpassing him. This indicates a competitive dynamic between the two, where rankings and points matter to them. The director said, "What a domineering high-level spearsmanship. Su Jingming. He is only 18, and he already mastered high-level spacemanship. This confirms it. He is a genuine genius." The director is expressing admiration for Su Jingming's skills, highlighting his mastery of high-level spacemanship at a young age. The director considers Su Jingming's achievements as confirmation of his status as a genuine genius. The director continues, "With Su Jingming, here we can definitely represent Jiangcheng and get into the top 100 in province." Su Jingming's principal said, "Thank you, director." The principal is expressing gratitude to the director, likely for the director's recognition of Su Jingming's abilities and potential for Su Jingming to bring prestige to Jiangcheng by aiming for a top 100 ranking in the province. Su Jingming's teacher, with tears coming from his eyes, thought, "Su Jingming, you really are a huge surprise. Our second high school finally gets its day to shine." The teacher is emotional, overwhelmed with pride and possibly a sense of vindication or hope for the school's reputation due to Su Jingming's achievements. The teacher sees Su Jingming's success as a moment of glory for second high school. 3 hours later, core zone. Zhou Mingyang looking everywhere. He said, "What's going on?" Where did all the fierce beasts in the core zone go? Zhou Mingyang is expressing confusion and curiosity about the sudden absence of fierce beasts in the core zone. He's looking around, trying to understand the change in the environment. Zhou Mingyang suddenly hears a sound from his side saying, "You have to ask the number 1 person about that." Zhou Mingyang looks at them and asks, "It's a guy? Why are you all together?" Number 3 Wu Hao. Number 9 Tang Chi said, "This he calls us too." Number 4 Meng Di said, "Su Jingming killed all the fierce beasts in the core zone, so we couldn't find any and had no choice but to team up to stay warm." Zhou Mingyang said, "That's impossible. There are a lot of fierce beasts in the core zone." Tang Chi said, "I can tell just by looking at you that you haven't been ranked for a long time here. Just look at Su Jingming's score and you'll know." Tang Chi is implying that Zhou Mingyang is out of touch with the current state of the core zone because he hasn't been actively competing or ranking for a while. Tang Chi points to Su Jingming's high score as evidence of the current reality in the core zone, suggesting Zhou Mingyang should compare himself to Su Jingming's achievements. Number 1 Su Jingming 3435 points. Zhou Mingyang said in shock, 3,400 points. Zhou Mingyang is shocked by the huge score of Su Jingming, specifically the number 3,435 points. Zhou Mingyang repeats 3,400 points, seemingly stunned by how high Su Jingming scores, indicating a big gap between Su Jingming's achievements and his own. Tang Chi said, "Now you know why. Didn't you hear about the 700 points he got in the central zone? He still has over 2,500 points from other things. In other words, he killed almost 200 fierce beasts in the core zone alone." Zhou Mingyang said, "No wonder Su Jingming was so afraid of someone stealing his kills. Before it turns out, he planned to do this all alone." Zhou Mingyang is piecing together Su Jingming's behavior, suggesting that Su Jingming's previous caution or fear of others stealing his kills was actually because he had a plan to dominate the core zone by himself, killing a huge number of fierce beasts alone. Zhou Mingyang is implying that Su Jingming's strategy was to work solo and achieve massive results without needing others. Tang Chi said, "There are only a few hours left until the end of the martial arts exam. We are planning to team up and try the innermost core zone." Zhou Mingyang said, "The fierce beasts there are at least first order upper rank, and even a second order beast king. Going alone is no difference from a death wish." Tang Chi is proposing a plan for the remaining hours of the martial arts exam, suggesting they team up to tackle the innermost core zone. Meng Di said, "That's why we were teaming up. Are you coming?" Zhou Mingyang said, "Count me in." Su Jingming, sitting at the top of a pile of beast corpses, he said, "Supplies are all exhausted and the combat exam is coming to an end." Su Jingming is atop a pile of defeated fierce beast corpses, indicating his massive success in the combat exam so far. However, he notes that his supplies are exhausted, which should be a concern given the exam is ending soon. Despite being in a dominant position with a huge score, Su Jingming's situation might be complicated by the lack of supplies. He thought, "To get more ability points, I must continue to go deeper. But there are second-order fierce beasts in the innermost core zone. I will need to strengthen my power a bit more." The screen shows level awaken, ability Purple Haven Divine Lightning, S rank, skill Spearmanship Advanced. Ability points 2413. Su Jingming stats are displayed on the screen. He thought, "What should I put them into? I guess I'll put them into do this. With this, I should be able to handle this year's combat exams final." Su Jingming is deciding how to allocate his 2,413 ability points. He's thinking about enhancing his capabilities to ensure he can handle the final part of the combat exam. Su Jingming seems confident that with proper allocation of his points, he'll be prepared for the exam's conclusion. Su Jingming thought, "The final sprint begins. I wonder what kind of second-order fierce beast is arranged for this year's combat exam." Su Jingming is thinking about the upcoming final part of the combat exam, specifically wondering about the type of second-order fierce beast that will be part of the exam this year. Given his stats, Awakened Level, Purple Haven Divine Lightning Ability, Advanced Spearmanship, and 2,413 ability points, Su Jingming is likely preparing himself mentally for the challenge ahead. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next chapter.